Matt Shadetek, homie.
Hi, I'm Matt Shadetek. I'm a producer and DJ based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm also a Dubspot instructor. In this video, we're going to take a look at a little bit of a different concept, which is the idea of using polyrhythms in Logic's arrange window. I've made an example track, which I'll play for you, which uses this concept, and then we'll get into the sound that I made and how to apply this polyrhythmic idea. So there you go. So I was in the mood to make some kind of hard, wacky techno, and so I did. And so let's take a look at some of what we've got going on here. So the concept that I wanted to focus on here is the idea of polyrhythm. So what a polyrhythm is, it's when you have sort of two rhythms nested inside one another. So what I've got here is I've got my main MIDI piece, right, which is just one note repeating this pattern. And then I've got on another track, now notice what I'm doing here. I'm using the new track with same channel strip instrument. So what these are actually all the same track, the same instrument. If we look at them, I've just got different MIDI tracks for each of them. So then on the second track, what I've got here is I've got another region. Let's just hide the automation for a minute. I've got another region, which is now, instead of being 4 beats long, we're in 4/4 time. But what I've done is I've extended the region end here a little bit to make it 5 beats long. And then I'm using the loop function by pressing L to loop this region. So what we've got here is it's going to loop here at 5, and then here halfway through 3 and 4, and then over here at the beginning of bar 6, it's going to lock in again, right? And then it's going to repeat the pattern. So what we've got here is a kind of a 6-bar, or a 5-bar, 1 through 6, a 5-bar polyrhythmic pattern between this. And what this is it's a pitch bend. And there's no notes in here, it's just the pitch bend. So what we'll hear if we play these together, so what you can hear is that pitch bend is falling at a different place in each bar. And that's actually where the kind of melody of this is coming from, such as it is, between that one note and then this pitch bend, which is happening in this kind of 5-bar polyrhythmic pattern. Then we've got down here another region, and this one, instead of being 5, is 3 beats long. So this one is going to repeat. Let's see where this locks in with our main pattern. This is going to lock in every 3 bars here. So we've got these two kind of interlocking patterns, which are going to kind of coincide at different times. And this is targeting the modulation wheel, the mod wheel on your controller keyboard. I penciled this in, this little squiggle here, but this is sending data to the mod wheel. So then when we put them together, we get this kind of interesting variation happening when we loop them. So in this case, and then that was an automation automating the octave of the oscillator in the synth. That's why it went up in pitch. But so this is targeting the cutoff of the filter in this sound. And then what I'm doing with the other automation is I've got a couple things going on. Actually two things. I've got the octave of the oscillator, of oscillator 1, and then the release of the volume envelope. So the notes are getting longer as we go, so it starts to get into this kind of stuff. Starts to get longer and longer, and you can start to hear those things in it. And then here, it starts to get really long. And then over here, it goes down in pitch. And that's kind of when it's going full blast. You can hear it's quite a long note. So what we're doing here is the way that this sound is made, I'll just recreate it for you. Let's add another software instrument track. We'll load up an ES2. And I'm going to start with the tutorial settings, analog saw unison. This is actually three saw waves here. I'm actually not going to use the third one. I'll turn that off and let's just mix this over here. So this controls the mix between the three oscillators. I'm going to use these two. And then I had this oscillator here tuned down an octave. And I also had the cutoff turned down quite a bit right around here. And let's just play this while I do this so you can hear what's going on. I'll grab my MIDI. And I will copy my automation data just because I already did it. And so what we've got here is, this is where we're at right now. Let's just loop this one piece. And so we've got that, and then I've got the cutoff turned down here a bit. I turned up the resonance a little, I think right in there. And then I was actually using the 12 decibel filter slope with the fatness turned on. And so the cutoff for this preset is always going to be modulated by envelope 2 by default. And so what I did was I just turned envelope 2 down. So we had something more like that. And that's kind of the basic sound. Then the stuff that I added was I added a little bit of, so here the mod wheel is set up to control the pitch. And we'll turn that off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the mod wheel control filter cutoff 2. Cutoff 2 is over here. That's what I'm using. And so we're going to set that up to be controlled by the mod wheel here. We'll turn up the amount. And I'll grab my mod wheel piece here. Let's make a new track with the same instrument for this, right? New with same channel strip. Grab this and pull this down. And let's copy the automation data. There we go. Now that's starting to work, right? And now I think there's something going wrong with my automation here. Yeah, for some reason this is, I don't know why the semitones are trying to do this. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we've got the mod wheel piece, and then the other one was just a pitch bend, so that's fine. We don't actually need to set up anything in the synth. We can just grab that here, pull it down. We already got the automation. There we go. We got the bend. And then there was one other kind of slightly fun thing that I did in here, which was I used a little bit of side chaining on the pitch. So pitch 1, 2, and 3 here, which will target all of the oscillators. And then I used the side chain here, source down here. I did a video about side chaining into the ES2. You can check that out on the Dubspot channel to learn more about this side chaining technique. And then I side chained it off the kick drum, which I had sent already to bus 10. And that is how I created this part up here. I'll just play it on the original. This thing. Those bends. So the bends were side chaining off that kick. Now this actually should work on this synth because it's a side chain. Let's just keep that kick on. Now listen. It's kind of cool too. Now what's happening here is that the kick is triggering the sidechain in the synth and causing the pitch to move. Now what I did in here, which is a little bit interesting, is instead of using it as a positive value here, I took it and inverted it, which means it's going to do the opposite. So then we got this. So we get the pitch going up, bending first down quickly and then bending up. There we go. So this is kind of fun, right? Because this is all, everything is made. There's a little bit of automation going, right? But it's really just these two parameters. And then it's this little pitch bend and this modulation tweak. And then just some, turning up the release over time, some 909 drums and a little vocal sample. And it's, we've got a little track going that has some feeling of changes. And really it's just one synth and a drum machine. I kind of like that old school techno vibe of just like very simple set of equipment. Obviously this is all software instruments, but simple set of equipment and then kind of trying to get as much sound out of it as you can. So that was kind of the idea here. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you'd like to learn more about Dubspot, you can check us out at dubspot.com, learn about our full 48 class Logic course. And if you'd like to learn more about me, you can check me out at mattshadetek.com, and I'm also on SoundCloud. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.